Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Interesting article because this article brings, excusez-moi, an update from Bakhmut. And it's very interesting, the update. If it weren't interesting, I wouldn't have made this video, obviously. And there's two things here. Let's put the article up, and whenever that works, right here. And you see, Ukraine is reinforcing Bakhmut with its elite troops. That's the first one, as Russian forces make advances. Now, this is per UK Defense Ministry. These guys, UK Defense Ministry and Western intelligence and all that, and Western mass media, the good people, the good people, the good countries, didn't make this kind of statements. Lately being in the past 3 weeks or so, or maybe a month, they started making this kind of statements like this. Not allegedly, reportedly, maybe, small steps. No. Russian forces make advances. Business Insider, March 4th, 2023. Ukraine is sending units to Bakhmut as Russian forces make further advances to the UK Minister of Defense said. Now, Ukraine is sending elite units to Bakhmut, so they are on the way to the city. All right, as far as I can understand English, it's not sending they are there yet. According to this sentence so far, this is how I see it. Do you see it differently? I'm sending my child to the store. What does it mean? Right now, I am doing that, and the child is going to go over there. He's not there yet. Ukrainian forces are now vulnerable to Russian attacks from 3 sides of the city, it said. 2 bridges in Bakhmut have been destroyed. By whom? I tell you by whom. By these guys. And Ukraine's supply routes are being squeezed. I know that from a different article where they said that Ukrainians had to do that to stop Russian attacks, or if you want, Russian advances. Right. Now, 2 bridges. Ukraine is reinforcing the blood-soaked city of Bakhmut with elite units as Russian forces make further advances. The UK Ministry of Defense said Saturday, and I'm quoting, Ukraine is again reinforcing for the 50th time the area with elite units, and within the last 36 hours, 2 key bridges in Bakhmut have been destroyed, including a vital bridge connecting the city to the last main supply route from Bakhmut to the city of Chasiv Yar. Maybe this is the third one. Yeah. No, including a vital bridge connecting the city, the main supply routes for Bakhmut, the city of this. Ukrainian held resupply routes out of the town are increasingly limited. Maybe this one was blown by the Russians, if obviously they limit the last main supply route. I mean, I don't think the Ukrainians would blow that up. But the other article said that they blew it. Maybe they referred only at one. Anyway, the Russian army and Wagner Group forces have been making advances into the city's northern suburbs amid intense fighting, and Ukrainian forces are now vulnerable to Russian attacks from 3 sides, the department said in an intelligence update. Let's see what we can see here. Anything special? Flag, I know that one. Boots, buck, watch, not happy. A little bit chunky monkey over there. All right. A Ukrainian commander said on Friday that the situation in Bakhmut is critical, as there are more Russian troops surrounding the city than there is ammunition to kill them. And I'm quoting, "We need as much ammunition as possible," he said, according to Reuters translation. And I'm quoting again, "There are many more Russians here than we have ammunition to destroy them." End quote. The city's deputy mayor told the BBC on Saturday that while the city is, and I'm quoting, almost destroyed, and quote, Russia does not have control of it. The head of the Russian mercenary Wagner group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, claimed that the city is, and I'm quoting, practically encircled, and that there are limited routes out, the BBC reported. Bakhmut has been the center of some of the most deadly fighting in the war for both Russia and Ukraine. Taking control of the city would be a rare battlefield triumph for Russia, which has had limited successes in recent months. Bakhmut has been referred to as, and I'm quoting, the meat grinder by soldiers and a retired US Marine fighting alongside Ukraine. Losing my voice, what the hell? So this retired US Marine fighting alongside Ukraine forces said a fighter's life expectancy on the front line in Bakhmut was around 5 hours. Was he fighting there? How come he's... I think he wasn't within those 4 hours limit, I guess. So, it's very interesting how Bakhmut became so important out of nothing. Why do I say nothing? Is because before the Russians got to where they are right now, 3 positions, strangling the city, the Ukrainians said that was the beginning. We don't know why, and not only the Ukrainians, excuse me, the Brits said, oh, we don't know why the Russians are so fixated on Bakhmut, since Bakhmut does not hold any strategic relevance. Then after a while, after the Russians advanced, then they started saying that actually we're not going to give up Bakhmut for nothing. We're not going to retreat. We're going to hold Bakhmut forever. Well, if it doesn't have any meaning for either side, strategically, why don't you go back and reorganize if you see that these guys are overwhelming you? That's what a guy in charge probably will do. Or try to do your best. You're going to die, and then you're going to be post-mortem award a whatever courage medal or something of honor. If you want to do that, go ahead. It's your free will. But on the other hand, why would you... I'm not there. So let's put it this way. I don't know exactly the circumstances. I read Russian articles, I read Ukrainian articles, I read foreign out of this Western articles. I watch videos, I look on the map, and I'm trying to figure things out as well. So according to these guys, the Ukrainians are losing, have been losing in Bakhmut. That's a fact, okay? Not denied by any side on this little thing. So then if you're losing, and I don't see anything coming, now they come, after these guys are almost surrendered, they say send elite troops. And I wonder, where do you send the elite troops from? I mean, your elite troops usually are the first ones that engage the enemy. That's why they're elites. Or you keep some here and you leave the idiots to fight first, so they just get killed and then you just from behind. Yeah, that's a tactic too. That's a strategy, I guess. But then where do you get this from? From another location? How come you have them? How come the Russians don't have them anymore? Because you hear about the Russians being disorganized, unruly, drunks, rapists, and all that, with criminal history from the colonies and all that. But somehow they're still winning against these guys who now they bring elite troops. Maybe the elite troops will speak, I know, German, English, and French, and who knows what else. We'll find out. But I think they will arrive too late. That's gonna be my gut feeling. I hope I hope all these things ends however it ends, but end, because all I can see is more and more destruction, and the things escalate. It's not like, no, things escalate in the rhetoric, and they escalate in the amount of losses on both sides. Unfortunately, it seems like there's no Ukrainians dying over there somehow, even though this guy said that the Marine, former Marine, said that that's 4 hours, the life expectancy over there. Obviously, he's talking about his comrades, not about the Russians. Is he? Because really he has no way to know. That's one thing. Or at least his knowledge is very limited. So he can't generalize by killing one because he doesn't know when that guy came to the front. All he can say, these guys, he knows when they came and then they're gone. Okay, and he survived like Rambo. Yeah, blah blah blah. So we never hear how many Ukrainians died, and it's very interesting that nobody leaks anything. The Western mass media knows nothing. It's if you are a reporter and everybody knows supposedly how many Russians died, plus minus one or two, personnel, there's about almost 150,000, as I said, plus a margin of error of one fighter. It's unbelievable. But anyway, I don't believe them anyway, but it's interesting to observe this mechanism of total silence in that side. In that side, we have any free media anywhere? Any how should I call them? Investigative journalists? Anybody who would leak something? I think if someone leaks, he's going to be eliminated. Is that what it is? It's almost impossible not to know what are the estimates on Russia of Ukrainian losses. It's almost impossible. They must be talking. There must be a general who's getting the information. Well, if that information was uttered, be certain that that information was heard about by at least 10 other guys hooked to the whole thing. And not Russians, Israelis, Germans, Romanians, Americans, and nobody squeaks anything. Isn't that very, very interesting? I think it's very interesting, to say the least. Well, but what can that be? Either they don't die, or these guys are keeping this secret like, oh my God. And this secret nobody else knows. Because if someone would know with conscience, or at least with a desire to make some money or fame, would just say it. Nobody says it. Nah, niet. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Maybe you tell me the number.